First, thank you for coming to listen to our presentation at this speakers event. We are the three co-chairs of the Global Academic Interdisciplinary Network, GAIN. We will each be speaking on an aspect of GAIN's contribution to meeting the objectives and fulfilling the guiding principles of the Global Compact on Refugees. I'm Professor Geoff Gilbert of the University of Essex. I'm the inaugural chair of GAIN. Under paragraph 43 of the GCR, GAIN was launched at the first GRF back in 2019. It was established to facilitate research, training and scholarship opportunities on refugee, other forced displacement and statelessness issues by universities and research institutes together with UNHCR. In December 2019, that felt like a continuation of academia's trifold support of the work of UNHCR since the 1950s. Little did we know that COVID-19 was about to start a global lockdown that would wreak so much havoc, yet, through the ingenuity of academics across the world, would open up opportunities to fulfill paragraph 43's goals. With seed core funding from the University of Essex and phenomenal support from within UNHCR, we set about promoting research, education and solidarity. And while I will focus on research, I want to note the involvement of GAIN in responding with others to the many displacements of students and academics since 2020. As for research, a Geneva conference planned since 2017 on the 70th anniversary of UNHCR's statute switched to a global webinar in January 2021 involving 11 institutions over 4 days with 1,000 viewers, and where 49% of the panelists had lived experience of forced displacement. Working with refugee-led organisations, we participated in the UNHCR-led global evaluation of the protection of the rights of refugees during the COVID-19 pandemic. From the outset, GAIN has promoted research that involves those with lived experience of forced displacement and universities in the low or middle-income countries that host them in the design, the development, the deployment and subsequent dissemination of all research, the 4Ds. This is a global interdisciplinary network continuing academia's over 70 years of support and solidarity with UNHCR. In 2022, I was joined by my co-chair, Professor Liliana Jubilut from Universidade Católica de Santos, to whom I hand on the microphone.
Thank you so much, Geoff, not only for this, but for all the great work you did in bringing GAIN together in its first years and setting out a strong foundation for James and me to continue the important work the network does with UNHCR. And here, allow me to thank namely Rachel Criswell, Ana Carolina Pinto-Dantas, and Laura de Sommer from UNHCR, who for the amazing work in championing and supporting GAIN's work. Since I joined GAIN as a co-chair late last year, we have focused on 3 aspects of the network's development. First, we sought to amplify participation in GAIN, and we have succeeded, more than doubling the number of members, which currently stand at 213. Second, we focused on diversifying our membership, looking towards increase the number of academics from the Global South involved in GAIN. With almost 55% of members now from Latin America, Africa, the Middle East and Asia, we have also accomplished this goal. Thirdly, as paragraph 43 of the GCR is a numeric mirror of paragraph 34, which deals with meaningful participation, we found it imperative for GAIN to engage with this issue, not only in terms of its members, but also of its actions. This leads to GAIN's involvement with localization of knowledge and representation. GAIN has been instrumental in the internalization of the de Mello chairs, a Brazilian initiative named after Sérgio Vieira de Mello and established from 2003 in order to set a partnership model between UNHCR and universities. As of December 2023, there are 51 de Mello chairs globally, 41 in Brazil and 10 in 7 other countries: Costa Rica, the Dominican Republic, Mexico, Ethiopia, the UK, Serbia, the US, and Italy. In regard to GAIN's engagement with this year GRF, it has co-led a multi-stakeholder pledge with amazing in-kind and monetary commitments that will benefit refugees and other persons in need of international protection, organized, led up events and assisted with increasing academic participation. In all of these, efforts have been made to highlight Global South speakers and initiatives and increase representation of gender, academic background, lived experience, and others. This inclusive view of academia in this whole of society approach will continue to lead GAIN, as will be presented now by Professor James Milner from Carleton University.
Thank you, Liliana. I'm humbled and honored to be starting my term as co-chair of GAIN, and I look forward to working with you and with all partners here and doing my best to fill Geoff's very big shoes. The commitments made by GAIN partners during this year's GRF is a testament to the very tangible and substantive role that academic partners can play in advancing the objectives of the GCR. GAIN members believe in that rigorous academic research can contribute to better responses to forced migration, that the awareness raised through teaching makes publics more understanding of refugee protection principles, and that institutions of higher learning can play tangible roles as partners in responding to displacement. These objectives will remain at the core of GAIN's efforts leading to the GRF in 2027. In particular, we will be focused on implementing the multi-stakeholder pledge, shifting power, advancing localization of research, and elevating the voices of host and forcibly displaced communities globally. The core objective of the pledge is to contribute to more effective, rights-based responses to displacement by investing in and amplifying locally produced knowledge and quality partnerships with academia globally. We will encourage greater investments in the capacity of institutions in low and middle income countries through collaborative funding proposals. We will connect academic partners across contexts to bring the perspectives of those most affected by the phenomenon of displacement into global policy spaces, such as those here in Geneva. And we will amplify the knowledge of the many diverse members of GAIN by creating spaces and platforms for localized research to inform policymaking at all levels. Rigorous research means better evidence that leads to better policy and programming. We believe that academics have a central role to play in advancing the objectives of the Global Compact on Refugees. We look forward to finding new ways to facilitating this contribution in the years to come to advance protection and solutions both with and for forced migrants. Thank you.